Yo guys, welcome. Sam here. Sam, how long you been in the program for?
Ever since like mid-February till now.
Mid-February.
So
Okay, so yeah, about a month and a half. You want to say what you sell?
yeah, I sell a training offer.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we have a lot of guys in the trading space with us. So for you, man, like before you came to us, what were the main like objections you were hearing? What were the main things you were actually struggling with in sales?
Honestly, it was just really so I was setting at the time. I wasn't closing, but
Hmm.
I just felt lost in my script. I didn't have like a pre-handling process. So whenever an objection did come up when in my discovery, didn't really know how to overcome it. Like I knew some word tracks, knew how to get around it, but it never really like solved it in the sense of like they just never showed up to the closing with the closer's calendar.
Yeah, and I know that you. Yeah, I forgot. You came to us as a setter. And how confident were you in your closing process at that point? Because I know a lot of people. I know you guys are role playing all the time. How confident were you in that?
I was not confident at all.
Really? Why not?
To me, closing was just like a whole nother level, and I just felt like I wasn't even too confident with my setting skills. For me,
Mhm.
setting was just like it seemed easier. However, I guess I never achieved like I never told myself, oh yeah, I was a good setter. It was just kind of like a job, and I kind of just did it, but I never had like the skill sets of like a good setter.
Okay. And so walk me through like the first few. Let's even say like the first. I mean, we're only in the first month and a half. So in the
Yeah.
first month and a half, what was your experience in the program? Like what initial changes did you notice in your sales process, your sales approach?
Definitely like a more structured approach. I know, obviously you made that Miro, it helped a lot.
Hmm.
It One of the biggest things for me is just like pre-handling objections, whether it's time, money, or fear.
Hmm.
Pre-handling that so I know like at the very end it doesn't come up. Even if it does, it's just like it's not that heavy. I think having that set in place was like the biggest like game changer for me.
Okay. It would, in terms of that though, like how did your confidence level actually change when handling objections, when you learned how to pre-handle and everything?
Yeah, I was way more confident. It obviously I still didn't really like objections, but when it did come up, it was like okay, like I know where I'm going with this. It's not completely, you know, out of nowhere because I knew they were mentioning it about it during discovery, during the
Hmm.
pre-handling stage. So at the very end, I kind of expected to happen, but even though like you have like a structured approach when it comes to objections, and following that made me feel really confident to like overcome it as well.
Okay. And in terms of concrete numbers, because obviously like that's what everyone is listening to here, what were you making before as a setter?
Like 3.5K a month.
Okay, so 3.5K a month and a half ago. And in your first month as a closer, first full month as a closer, or no, first 2 weeks as a closer, right?
Yeah.
First 2 weeks as a
Um,
closer, what did you make?
I've been closing only for the past 6 days. I made 15K in comms.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. And what are you closing at?
I'm at an 80% close rate.
80% close rate. Gosh, man. So how does life change for you at that point, bro? You get to the point you're at 3.5, you get to the point you're at 15, probably gonna clear 25 next month with how
Yeah.
things are going with y'all. Like, how does that really feel to be on the other end of that?
Like for me, getting into like sales, it was like for me to retire my mom.
Mm.
Um, Honestly, when I was setting, seeing small numbers, I never really had that like, never really had a taste of like getting there, I guess. But now like I'm at 20K, it feels like I'm really close to my goal. Obviously, I gotta keep doing it. I told my mom she's happy.
Mhm.
I'm still pushing. So
That's
yeah.
cool, man. So what would, because I know you've done other programs in the past. Shout out Kitchen, shout out Luke, the boys. What made you want to? Because there's a lot of people who go out there and they will try programs in the past and they'll continue with that one forever, right? So like, what had you want to be like, oh, there might be something else for me out there after investing before?
Um, it was mainly through like Paul, another person in the program as well. Um, he had a training with you. He saw good results. I decided to check it out because I knew with like the current process I had in place before, probably wasn't gonna allow me to achieve my goals like at the level I want and at the rate of like time frame that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So, talking to you about it in the closing call, like you made it make sense, and I was like, why not just take a leap of faith, see what's out there.
So how would you compare the investment you made in this program to like the return you got?
Like $1 to a million. I don't know. It's the
It goes
value.
deeper than money.
Pardon?
It goes deeper than money, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um. Well, I feel like this was one of like the greatest investments I made in my life. Like genuinely,
Dude,
like no joke.
that's amazing, bro. So, what would you say to the person who's on the line? They're considering it. They're like, I don't know. I think I could probably figure it out by myself with YouTube. I'm just gonna rely on my sales managers. I'm gonna rely on the training I already have. And what do you say to those people?
I think deep down, like all of us, we all have egos, which is why they're always on the line of like considering but never taking action. My advice is just drop it, right? Just get the help that you need because you wouldn't be considering it if you knew you just didn't need it. To just like to just do it, take that leap of faith and just commit and do whatever it takes. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Like yourself is your only guarantee. So like just do it.
Absolutely, bro. Appreciate you coming on. You want to drop your socials? Where can people find you?
um I'm not really big on socials, but my Instagram is _Samuel Zoo.